This document was recovered from Site Precious Document Vault. Anomalous Object Number AO-1504-WGGYXJK. Item Description: an unremarkable man that is not able to be harmed. Date of recovery. Location of recovery. Current status: missing. Addendum-1504-1. Interviewed AO-1504. Interviewer: Dr. Lloyd. Forward: AO-1504 is being questioned on its background. Level 3 access required. Access granted. What is your name? I don't remember. Joe something? Okay. Now what year were you born? 1982. Thank you for the year. But do you know an exact date? No. I never knew when I was born. Dr. Lloyd's nose begins to bleed. Oh, excuse me. My nose is bleeding. Dr. Lloyd left the room and returned a few minutes later. I'm sorry. That was weird. I've never been prone to random nosebleeds. It's fine. Maybe a storm is coming. I've heard that changing air pressure can make a person's nose bleed. Maybe. Do you know why you can't be hurt? The subject was silent for a few seconds, then proceeded to weep. I don't really want to talk about it. That's fine. Thank you for your cooperation in today's interview. You may return to your room. In log. Addendum-1504-2. We didn't know his true anomaly. We didn't know what he could really do. Data corrupt. I guess he affects computers too. Our automatic security system began to have hiccups. A breach here, a breach there. But nothing that surprised us. But then, our Keter got out. Only about half the staff there realized it. The other half all died. We managed to contain it, but only just. We sent a request for more staff, but they never responded. Our supplies were dwindling, so we asked for more. Nothing. They didn't even acknowledge our existence. We had more breaches, more deaths. Yet we never questioned these breaches or these deaths. I don't know why we didn't question these deaths. Data corrupt. Earlier today, we had a site-wide containment breach. All the doors opened because of those hiccups I mentioned earlier. Most of the remaining staff members are dead. Those who are still alive are few and far between. We can't contain a breach of this magnitude, and the other Foundation sites will probably ignore it. They'll cite it as completely normal and just continue on. I'm going to put this in the vault and then set off the on-site nuke. I'm already badly hurt, and the blast would save more lives than it will end. If anyone ever finds this, tell my wife that I love her and that I'm sorry for spending so much time at this job. Tell her I said goodbye and that I'm thinking of her as I die. Researcher Daryl Lloyd. Note: this was handwritten on the document, presumably before it was put into the Precious Document Vault. There are bloodstains on this document. Later analysis proved to be Dr. Lloyd's blood. Parts of this document are still unreadable due to smearing. Addendum-1504-3. The site nuclear warhead was detonated on to counteract a Class 7 containment breach. A total of anomalies were destroyed in the blast. Anomalies were recovered and anomalies are missing, including AO-1504. Foundation personnel died in site. This document has been updated per the new information recovered from site. Item number: SCP-1504. Object class: Keter. Special containment procedures: SCP-1504 is not currently contained. If any Foundation personnel see the subject, they are to contact the current project head. In the event that SCP-1504 is found, it is to be brought to Area 114 and contained in a 3 meter by 3 meter by 3 meter containment chamber. To enter the subject's containment chamber, a total of 4 Level 3 staff members are needed. 2 staff members must remain inside the control room to remotely enact failsafe should a containment breach occur. The failsafe consists of flooding the containment chamber and surrounding areas with halothane vapor, which has proven to be the only... Extensive research has shown that SCP-1504 can be incapacitated by blunt force trauma to the head. The subject is to be kept fully confined and incapacitated at all times through the use of restraints and halothane vapor. The other staff members must release multiple locks simultaneously. A minimum of 4 guards are to be protecting them at all times. After all the locks are released, 1 staff member may enter the containment chamber. The guards must be ready for a containment breach at this time that the containment chamber is open. No automatic systems may be used in Area 114. All doors and containers must be locked using simple combination locks or simple padlocks. All personnel working in Area 114 must have high aptitude for parapsychology or a strong resilience to perception shifts. Description: SCP-1504 is a Caucasian male, standing at 1.95 meters tall. The subject's appearance is unremarkable aside from a small birthmark on its right shoulder. SCP-1504's anomalous traits include inability to be harmed or killed. All actions carried out by SCP-1504 will be perceived by surrounding individuals as being within expectations for a situation. SCP-1504 has been known to attack personnel who will believe circumstances of their own doing has hurt them. The subject is able to affect electronic and automatic systems. SCP-1504 was brought to the attention of the Foundation because of its inability to be harmed and was classified as an anomalous object after initial testing. The subject was held at site in the anomalous object wing of the facility. On a site-wide security failure and subsequent containment breach resulted in the on-site nuclear warhead being detonated. SCP-1504 was declared missing after a search of the site did not reveal his confirmed death. A low-priority search was issued, but was soon raised to a high priority after the above document was found. MTF-ETA-6, aka Awareness Filters, was formed to find SCP-1504. Addendum-1504-1. After being further analyzed and sent through multiple filters, it was discovered that SCP-1504's responses were different from what was previously recorded. The document has been updated to include these responses. Interviewed: SCP-1504. Interviewer: Dr. Lloyd. Forward: SCP-1504 is being questioned on its background. Access granted. Begin log. What is your name? I'm not going to tell you. You'll just ignore me. Okay. Now what year were you born? Told you. You wouldn't even notice if I punched you in the nose. Thank you for the year, but do you have an exact date? I didn't give you a fucking year. Hey! Hey! Doc! Watch this. SCP-1504 gets up from his seat and proceeds to physically assault Dr. Lloyd. The subject then returned to his seat. Oh, excuse me, my nose is bleeding. Dr. Lloyd left the room and returned a few minutes later. I'm sorry, that was weird. I've never been prone to random nosebleeds. It's because I fucking punched you. Maybe. Do you know why you can't be hurt? I could say anything. I could do anything. I could say that I'm going to kill your wife, and you wouldn't even notice. Hell, I could actually kill your wife, and you wouldn't even notice. I'm living in a virtual hell because I can't die. I am going to step outside this room, take that guard's gun, and I'm going to shoot myself with that gun. And nothing, fucking nothing, is going to happen. The subject appears to be in tears at this point. Do you know what it feels like to be in a room crowded with people and they all ignore you? Do you know how hellish my life is? I want to die. That's fine. Thank you for your cooperation in today's interview. You may return to your room.
End log. Footnote. Area 114 is the primary location for dealing with perception and sensory-based threats or entities. Alright, well, thank you guys for listening. This one's a little shorter, but it is an SCP reading as opposed to a story. Now, I am doing SCP readings. This is really more of an exploratory measure. Let me know your criticisms down in the comments. I mean, it really is just reading. I don't know, it kind of feels different than going over an actual story. I'm not really sure why. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought about it. If you liked it, then I will definitely bring more. If you hated it, well, then give me like 4 of these to kind of dial it in, I guess is the best way to put it. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. Sub if you're new and you liked it. Leaving a like would also be great because it helps get the video out there. And I will see y'all in the next one.